we chose to live in Tallahassee, and we got to meet a lot of people through LeMoyne, and his aunt had been one of the original members of LeMoyne, and so she sort of got us involved, and it was fun. The receptions were fun, and well, I really didn't know him well personally. He was an artist, and he was at Florida State, I think, University, when we first got involved with LeMoyne, which is about 50 years ago. And we are collectors of his work, and we worked as volunteers on the silk screening of the bird prints, which were Century Club, I think, or they were sold. I don't know which, but Century Club favors or something like that. So it was very interesting that it was, there were two of us, and we did the 2 sessions. So we got 4 bird prints as our pay for doing the silk screening, the actual work. And the screens were prepared already, of course, and then we just pulled the slide for the paint and then hung them to dry. So that was what the volunteers did.
Yeah. We
collected Carl Zerbe at Dick Puckett's suggestion, and as I said, we have 3. We have 2 encaustics, 1 encaustic and 2 acrylics of his. The encaustics he got in later with the birds, and so we have a very large painting of parrots that are beautiful green color with red accents. So, but the 2 acrylics, one is a 1946 Carl Zerbe that looks like a Salvador Dali. It has a face coming out of a building that's very unusual for Carl Zerbe. And then the later one we have is called Segregation, and it's 3 doors that are abstract doors. I assume it's a protest piece. It's very powerful, I think. Well, I think what his imprint was mainly was when he started using encaustics, which is not readily used, I don't believe, and it is an ancient technique with wax and paint. And we collected a student of his, Nancy Reed Gunn. She started doing encaustics as a student under Carl Zerbe, and we have several pieces of hers that are encaustics that are just magnificent. So we collected those as well, and I think it's the encaustic, the use of encaustics is something that I had not seen before, and I think it's his contribution. Although the earlier pieces I like as well. As I said, this earlier piece is very interesting to me, and that's why I liked it, is because it was an earlier work that was very different from what other pieces that he had. So, oh yeah, and we were volunteers at LeMoyne. We've been doing stuff at LeMoyne for years, and it was just part of our volunteer work. So I think maybe LeMoyne should start a young collectors group, perhaps, that other museums have done, which would get more young people involved in with the work. Because I think it's important to have original works of art, to collect them. I think and you can do that, especially in Tallahassee with the university, and you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get a beautiful piece of work.
Right.